Hello. How are you today? I was thinking about I was thinking about life, and I was thinking about how so many times in our life we are faced with like a crossroads, left or right, up or down, now or later, yes or no. We're faced with a decision. And oftentimes our initial reaction is to play it safe and to do the easy choice, whatever that easy choice might be for us in that particular moment. And then it got me thinking about my life and how many times I've been faced with that choice, one of those choices. And it's always been kind of a thing of mine. There's probably a better word I could have used there, but here we are. It's always been a thing of mine to choose the option that feels good in that moment, even if that choice is crazy, even if that choice is something that most people would not choose. I've always maintained the desire to go with my heart, to go with my gut, to go with, whatever it is that the saying is. But I was thinking back to Sandy and Wade's episode from earlier this week, and there is so much in Sandy's life that would not have happened had she not made like one decision, right? Her mom passed away and she booked a flight to the East Coast. And then all of the things that ensued after that happened because of that one choice to book that flight. So now start thinking about your life and how many times you've been on a precipice, a yes or a no, a now or a later, a jump or don't jump scenario. And think about which option you chose. Did you play it safe or did you go for it? Right? Because if you played it safe, where are you now? Right? Are you happy with where you're at? Do you wish you would have jumped? I don't know the answer to that, and there's no right or wrong answer, but it's just something to think about, right? I imagine for most people in my life, it was crazy when I went from high school to marriage to moving overseas to getting a divorce to jumping into another relationship to getting pregnant to having a baby to breaking up with that relationship to going and being with Breezy to starting a fitness career after I'd gone to school for theater and dance to starting businesses to starting podcasts. I mean, there are so many times when people probably were like, what is Danielle even doing? And maybe that's true. Maybe, taking the crazy route wasn't the best for me, but I have nothing to compare it to except for how I'm living right now. And I can say with 100% certainty, if I would have never gotten married at age 20 and moved overseas, then I wouldn't have had the experiences I had and seen so many countries, and I wouldn't have gotten divorced and found a career that led me to meeting the father of my child, who's now a dear friend of mine, or my fiance, who is the best person I've ever known. So I think what I'm trying to say is maybe sometimes don't take the easy way. Maybe sometimes trust the process that nothing in our life is happening to us. It's happening for us, even when it feels crazy, even when it feels like it could go horribly wrong. And I'm not saying it won't go horribly wrong, but even from things that go horribly wrong, we can grow and we can change and we can evolve and we can become closer to the best version of ourselves. So if you're a person who plays it safe, maybe it's time to not play it so safe. Maybe it's time to do that crazy thing that you've been afraid to do. Maybe it's time to jump, to jump into the deep end of your beautifully crafted existence. Maybe. I just think if we all trusted the process a little bit more and didn't fight so hard against things that were being brought into our life, because I've been there, I fight against things because in my head, it should go like this, right? Like it should, in my head, there's a plan. And when the plan doesn't happen and I'm faced with choices that fall outside of those plans, it's scary. It's really scary. But it can also be empowering. It can also be joyful. It can also be exciting. It can also lead you to some of the best and greatest things in your life. So today I urge you to do something that feels crazy. Today I urge you to do something that feels like flying. Because what if it leads to your dream life? What if it leads you to the person you were meant to be? What if it leads you to the person that doesn't complete you, right? Because it's not two halves to make one whole, it's two wholes that come together to build an empire. So, what if it leads you to your other whole? What if it leads you to everything? I just always think about Sandy and Wade and how one decision led them back to each other and has now given them this beautiful life, even though it was born out of grief. I guess it makes me excited. Excited's a weird word to use right now since I am grieving my father's loss, but it makes me excited to see which decisions and choices I am going to get to make that could lead me to the person I'm going to become in 10 years. What about you? What choices are you facing right now? And which one can you choose that'll might feel like falling, but it really could just be flying? I'm excited for you. And I hope you have the best day wherever you are. I am giving you the biggest virtual hug ever. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.